Hi, everybody. This is Tim from the Arnold or Stallone podcast. And now that we are in the full swing of the holiday season, we've decided to give something back to you, the listener. This is just our way of saying thank you for making this year a really great year for us. So if you want to head over to the Arnold or Stallone podcast.com, there's a little banner on there that we are giving away some free swag, as they say, or merchandise. If you're interested, you can send us an email at arnoldorstallone@gmail.com and just put in free mug in the subject line. You don't need to put anything else in there. We're going to select 3 random people to receive a free Arnold or Stallone podcast coffee mug. This is just a little way of saying thank you for supporting us and, maybe showing it off and people wonder where you got that cool mug. So, and go ahead and head over to our webpage at the arnoldorstallonepodcast.com and it'll you'll see a little banner there and I'll tell you what to do. So again, thank you so much and enjoy your holiday spirit or season or whatever. Hello and welcome back to the No Name, We're Still Working on a Name, We Can't Figure Out a Name podcast. I am your host, Tim, and joining me as always is Darren.
Hello, Tim.
And how you doing today, Darren?
We're doing great. I think this is going to be a great podcast, and I hope everybody's excited for the Thanksgiving extraordinaire that we are about to do here today.
Yeah, hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving, and we are coming at you on Black Friday. I figure if you're listening to us on Black Friday, thank you for listening to us while you're out there shopping amongst the hordes of craziness to get your $100 58 screen TV or whatever the hell the deals are this year. It seems like it's the same thing every year, but
gotta fight the crowds to get it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I like a good deal as much as the next guy, but I also like not getting trampled to death. So call me the weirdo here.
Getting elbowed like this is rollerball.
Yeah.
So, what am I, James Caan?
Gonna tackle some grandma and get the last shopping cart available or something. I don't know. But working in retail for as many years as I did, I never liked Black Friday. And now being out of retail for as many years as I have been, fuck you, Black Friday. So,
yes. So here we're going to do something kind of Thanksgiving special that we're going to do here for you today. It's going to be a quick, as well as going to be compact, little short take on some different Bond movies.
Yeah, we're both Bond fans. Anyone who grew up in the 80s or 90s and had the Superstation TBS may remember the 21 Days of Bond or the 48 Hour Straights of Bond or just the Bondathon.
Yeah, TBS and some of these other channels would run a Bond marathon specifically during Thanksgiving season. And to a lot of us, it kind of became a tradition to watch James Bond during Thanksgiving. To a lot of parts of the country. I don't know where it was in your part of the country, but for where we're at, they played a lot of James Bond during Thanksgiving. And so we got used to watching James Bond and some football and more James Bond and a whole lot of turkey. And so growing up, that was sort of what we did.
Yeah.
And I think, and then Spike was TNN and then it turned into Spike.
They tried to do it.
They did the same thing for a long time as well.
But they edited the hell out of them. And
yeah, they were, But they were fun. We liked the Bondathons. It was one Bond film. That's like it says. It was one Bond movie right after the other, right after the other, right after the other, and there's so many.
No rhyme or reason.
And it was very random, like someone hit shuffle on an old 20 discs CD changer.
I think I like that the most, where you get a Roger Moore, and then you get the Timothy Dalton, and then you get a Sean Connery, and
it was all shuffled in there like a deck of cards.
Yeah.
And so it was fun and it was great, and it was just part of our. And then it went away.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it just this TV stations or whatever decided we're no longer doing that.
They had
anymore.
enough, and so Darren and myself are both physical media owners. I know you own a very large collection of them. I have them all. I know you do your own little Bondathon over the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, so eventually I got most of the Bond movies together, and I do my own traditional Bondathon for me and my family, and going on 15 plus years of doing that, at least 17 years, because it's about the same time they took them off TBS or whatever they were running them on. And but TBS they used to do Clint Eastwood, and they did Bronson. They do like, this is 72 hours of Bronson, and they do like the same thing with Eastwood. And so it was the theme that was just kind of out there anyways. But so now we do a Bondathon at the house. The wife is slowly but surely come around.
She doesn't like it, but she accepts it.
She's fought it for many years and just learned to now just whatever.
Like, sorry, those are in my marriage vows, so I don't ask a lot, but over Thanksgiving week, I need a Bondathon.
You need to check the contract right there. It says in small print, between this date and this date, Bondathon
You
will
did
happen.
sign it, and that is your initial right there.
Sorry, yes, next to the champagne mark. But
yeah.
So now I think we're going to kind of discuss. We're going to discuss some Bond.
Yeah, I think because I know you do it annually. I do it. I don't do it. Let me say that I don't do it as annual as you do, because I like to kind of be refreshed on them. I do mine around Christmas because I usually take that week off. But I do try to watch at least a Bond movie over Thanksgiving, because, like you said, it's been ingrained that you can't have turkey without GoldenEye going on in the background or something.
Right.
And so, we decided, since it is the day after Thanksgiving, and we are doing short form, we're going to discuss our least favorite Bond going up to our favorite Bond. And I know you and I have had this discussion many, many, many times. I feel, for the most part, I kind of know maybe where yours are. Mine have actually changed since my last Bond watching of last Christmas. But I figured that, short form, we're going to just start with our least favorite Bond and maybe kind of give some reasons why that is. Again, nothing's prepared here. There's no notes or anything. We're just kind of having a frank discussion. I believe there was 7 official Bonds, or is it 6? Connery, Moore, Lazenby, Dalton, Bronson, Craig. So is there 6? Or am I missing someone? I
believe that's it. Well, unless you want to count like
Peter Sellers.
And the other guy. I'll think of his name. He was an old English actor. He was in Guns and Navarone, and anyways, he was also James Bond at a certain point in one of those.
Yeah, so we're just going to do the official MGM run of Bond, and I know for me, when it comes to my least favorite, which is actually going to be real easy for me, is it's got to be Daniel Craig. His movies actually kind of turned me off on the whole Bond. His run? I don't know if it was his acting. I know the writing wasn't that good. The stories were not. Okay, I get it. We're in the 21st century, 22nd century, wherever we are. You can't have world espionage as rampant as the 60s or 70s, or even the 80s for that matter. But I felt like Daniel Craig just, first of all, he looked like he didn't want to be there. He just didn't. Like, Casino Royale was okay.
Yes.
I enjoyed that one. But then they just kind of got progressively less enjoyable for me. I don't know about you. Have you seen them all?
Yes, I've seen. Well, I don't know if I've seen the last one.
The No Time to Die.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. So,
have you heard how that one ends?
I think so. Yes.
Where, I guess, spoiler alert, he dies.
Yes. And the Daniel Craig yes, I'm with you 100% on the Daniel Craig being, it's not his fault. I mean,
No.
he's a pretty good actor.
No,
and
I liked everything else he's been in.
Yeah, and I can see why they went with Daniel Craig, because on paper it looks pretty good. But yeah, for actual, it just didn't work.
Yeah.
The thing with Roger Moore or Sean Connery or any of them is that they also had this sort of class that they could almost sort of
Yeah, like they have some debonair behind
right.
them. Or,
Like he did go to this high-end private school back in the day and does know Latin or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And can kick your ass at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
and he can charm the pants off anybody.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, and the girls just love him. And it's like, yeah, it's like Daniel Craig just didn't quite fit that mold that the rest of them sort of fit almost perfectly. So
And I remember when he first was introduced, the uproar. Oh, he's blonde. Or James Bond is blonde. Who cares? I don't care if he's blonde. I mean,
No.
just give us good movies. He could be. I mean,
it could be. Yeah,
they wanted to make him black. I would have gone, like Idris Elba was.
Right.
I would have loved seeing Idris Elba as James Bond.
he could
but,
look like Seth Green or something. You know what I mean? Just give me a good story.
yeah, and if he can act behind it, sure. But
to give me something that's based in some sort of reality too. I mean, that one where he gets shot at the beginning of the thing, falls off a bridge, goes underwater, and then they quick cut to a musical song by Adelaide or whatever. And then the next scene, he's just sitting at a bar drinking. They're like, well, wait, no.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that.
right,
You don't get to have him shot.
we're missing the
He's-
recovery.
Yeah. How did he get out? No,
Yeah.
you don't get to just have him at a bar going, oh, man, that was a tough one. Anyways.
Can you believe I almost didn't survive? No, I need
That
to
was-
see this.
That was like a parody of that was almost a parody of a, I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, this is, you can't do that. You can't have him shot, fall off a thing into a river, literally look like he's done. This movie's over. He's dead. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. Some of those, but there was some ridiculous ones at the end of all of the Bond ones.
for sure.
You know,
No, I mean, yeah.
they all go pretty bad at the end. They
Yeah.
all go. They
I
all
mean,
just jump the shark completely
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like every run of every single
There's
actor.
camp as far as the eye can see. I mean, as we go along, I'm actually kind of excited to continue talking about this because stuff that was really campy that when it came out, I actually kind of enjoyed now. But again, when we get there, I'll bring it back up. But yeah, no, I think this one or the Daniel Craig's, especially the last one, what was it, No Time to Die? We tried watching it on Prime. The wife and I. She enjoys the later stage, the Bronsons she can handle, and
Right.
she enjoys the Daniel Craig, so we can watch those. And she'll sit through, kind of like your wife. She'll sit through the other ones. But so we anyway tried watching No Time to Die on Prime. I think it was Prime, and we got maybe 25 minutes into it where I looked at her, she looks at me, and I'm like, do you mind if I turn this off? And she's like, no, go ahead. So I turned it off with having the impression of never watching it again. I think because it was the whole, oh my God, 007's now a woman, blah, 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 whatever. I know that's the time we live in. But then fast forward to like last year, we're at Goodwill buying camping stuff for our new purchase trailer, and I see No Time to Die Blu-ray there for $4. Now, again, being, as I've said many, many times in the past, I am a physical media collector. I do have all the other Bonds. Any movie's worth $4, especially a Bond movie that may be a pile of garbage. Okay, I'll give it $40. I'll give you $4 so I can buy No Time to Die. Took it home on my last Bondathon last year, so I was doing the random. I like the random what TBS did. So I'd close my eyes, I'd pick out my pile of shuffle all the Blu-rays, pick one up, put it in, and not even open up my eyes until it starts. So Blu-ray number 4 was No Time to Die. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I've the obligation I've given myself. Okay, well, I guess I'm stuck now. I've got to watch this movie. And I watched it. It's not great, but I will say, going into it not expecting it to be good, I mean, yeah, the woman is 007. but that's a moniker where James Bond is still James Bond. He's retired. And so, of course, well, if someone retires, well, you got to give the moniker to someone else. Okay, I got that. But then he gets sucked into this whole, like, I forgot about the one before this one. Was it Skyfall? No, I'm sorry. It was Spectre.
Spectre. Right.
I only saw that movie once in the theater and have not watched it since. And, we'll get to that in a little bit. But
right.
So this is like a continuation of Spectre, and I totally forgot about Spectre, but it was okay. Like I say, it's the standard. Okay, well now he's getting sucked back. You had me, I'm out. Now I'm sucked back in type of thing, and whatever. One thing I will say about the Daniel Craigs is they had fantastic actors playing the bad guys, but they never utilized them.
No, it's that, and that was definitely one of the, compared to the older movies, the bad guy was almost as on the same par as James Bond as far as the screen time or the amount of writing or you had to create that character because you got to have a good bad guy for the guy to go against. It's just like Batman goes up against the Joker. It's like the Joker's just as crazy as just as popular as Batman.
If not a little more.
Right.
People love the rooting for the bad guy,
right?
But because I remember Christoph Waltz was the Blofeld in Spectre, and I sadly to say I did not finish my Bond watching of the marathon. There was like 5 left. I tried saving one of everyone, and I just haven't gotten around to finish it. And Spectre was on that list of not being finished.
Right.
Boo-hoo for me.
Yeah.
But if memory serves, and I'm willing to be corrected, but I feel like you didn't see Blofeld until almost an hour into the movie.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well,
you've got. I mean, Quentin Tarantino's smart enough to bring that guy in.
Yeah.
For scene 1. You bring that dude in, and you have him.
He's established.
He gets a glass of milk, and he's just nuts and crazy and talking in different languages. And no, this one you get him an hour and a half in or something, and it's like,
and you see his silhouette. It's like, what? Okay, I'm all.
No.
To kind of hit the old Star Wars episode 2, I love general conferences and board meetings and stuff, and but okay, so we see the Spectre, I think is what, because they got all those rights back
finally,
after many years, and so it's Spectre and Schmersh or whatever, so they're doing their grand council and see his silhouette, but. No, I think, like I say, that's what they missed. Even with Javier Bardem in Skyfall,
right?
You didn't see him until
No, and he just plays these generic sort of characters, and so it's the character was the crazy, and they're thinking, oh, it's because he's got a weird, he's got a weird limp or something, or he's got, he's got something wrong with him. It's like. That's not what made the character cool. Yeah, like, Blofeld was whatever, had a scar, and then you had the guy with the eye patch, and then you had it's like guy no hand, whatever, Doctor No. I mean, it's like all of them had something, and then it's like that wasn't what made them cool though. What made them cool was the fact that they were just these sort of intense characters that you were actually kind of scared of or whatever, or were scared for Bond,
right? He just might lose.
He almost met his match here, you know. So
no, I like I said, I mean, I don't know. To get back on my little "No Time to Die" rant is, it was long. That's one thing these movies are. I remember that the 60s and 70s movies were long too, but they didn't feel long. They kept you going, and but these newer Daniel Craigs are like almost 3 hours, and it's like, okay, well, can I remember a lot of that? No. I mean, there's just so much. I mean, I remember
it's just plot and a plot and a plot and a subplot and a subplot and a subplot, and they almost remind me of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. I remember I came out watching like the 3rd movie, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? I have no idea what's going on anymore. Like they're chasing a thing with the ship is going to get them, and there's a compass, and I have no idea what's going on anymore on these movies. Like I was so lost because every movie is like it's action, 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 little bit of dialogue, action, 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 action. Which I'm okay with the action, but it's all just a ton of like crazy action that doesn't really. It's just more time filler
Yeah.
action than,
Yeah.
than telling the story action.
Right.
It's just like, watch us jump from this tree to this one and then swing over to here, and then we're all running to this, and then we're, you
Yeah.
know, I mean, it's so no, those movies they're just. Like you said, you forget what like you walk out of there and you're like, I don't even really remember any of the movie. Like I don't really remember what just happened.
Yeah.
It's almost like you got served a Mickey or something.
Why are my pants undone? Why do I feel funny?
I need a nap.
My shirt was tucked in, wasn't it? But yeah, the only thing I remember about the end of the No Time to Die is because he does die.
Right.
He saves himself, or I'm sorry, sacrifices himself to save everybody.
Right.
And this was the best part after that. You know, of course, it's like a nuclear explosion. And he's just standing on top of there, or on top of the thing, watching the sunset, and it just blows up. And then all of a sudden, you know, screen fades to black. Oh, I'm sorry, fades to black, and then the text, James Bond will return. And I'm thinking, how can you return when you just blew him up?
Just blew him up.
But
Yeah.
I get it that they need to put those in there, but he died.
Yeah.
If they would have just faded to black and then rolled credits, then maybe put it at the end
Right.
like they normally did. But
Or do like what they did on question mark James Bond Returned, like they did in what was that? Flash.
Oh,
at the end, Ming will return.
Right.
Question mark.
God, I haven't seen that in a million years. But but like that's the first thing you're going to show me. Okay, and so and then
Well, and it's gone so far from what the character. You go back to Dr. No. He was just a civil servant who was pretty good with his hands, very smart, and used his brain to try to get out of most things. He was his cunning and his intellect, and some gadgets on the side to help him get out. You know. Now he's turned into this guy who's parkouring all over the freaking place,
right?
Doing triple backflips. Fucking
just chasing full sprint throughout Monte Carlo, wherever the hell they're at.
It's like, shooting it up, like, crack shot, he's a Navy SEAL / it's like, that really wasn't the character when he was a sophisticated spy who was very, very smart and, used his cunning and did use his physical strength when needed, but
it wasn't his.
That wasn't his go-to
characteristic.
It wasn't. It was So it was more using technology, his brain, and gadgets to get him out of these situations. So I mean, that was the classic James Bond, and so it's just they've gone so far from what the character actually was. To, and like I said, now he's just basically Jason Bourne. It's just. Everybody's the same. It's all every character out there is just now a Jason Bourne type.
Like they all morph into the Jason Bourne type.
They all morph into the same character.
It's going to be interesting because I know they've been trying to, I guess, fast track a new movie. I haven't even seen if they've picked their Bond yet. They've had a couple of names floating around. I know that video I sent you about the Amazon taking having the sole rights over it, and so it's like they're gonna bastardize it and try to get as much, pump out as much content that they can. And it's like, I get it. That's the day and age we live in where everything needs to be squeezed dry and then squeezed again to,
Well, and they missed like when him and Am are going back and forth over like, the vintage of the wine or something like that, and he's like, well, no, this is actually a 68. And, and M's like, oh, really, 007? I don't have time for that, and it's that kind of stuff where they're back and forth, and that's, they're missing that,
right.
And it's like having, it's like, no, let's get sexual tension between M and it's like, what?
No, we don't.
We don't need no. Like,
it's like, what can you tell me about the royal family? Well, if you look back to the 3rd century and and then of course they're down. It's like, oh, very well, 007, very well, yes, your assignment. And this one is like, how dare you break into my house and log onto my computer and steal my passwords? It's like, okay, this is. I know that's kind of where the audience has shifted to more fast paced, but still, I mean.
Yeah,
they could have stayed the track,
right? They were M, and that's the thing. M and Bond were friends, but they were. It was definitely a master student relationship, but that still were friendly, and it wasn't I should get rid of you. It's like they just never had the. Daniel Craig and M never had the same and when you compound all those different things that just don't make the character what it used to be, I think it's all those little things that make it, and then it's a totally different. Now you're a different thing. It's not, like I said, he's not the intelligent, suave, sophisticated character anymore. He doesn't have the back and forth with M anymore.
Yeah,
it's all those little things.
It's like rival.
Yeah, it's so you're like, it's not even the same character.
Yeah,
so
it's.
But
I mean, in a way, I'm kind of glad he's done. But like I say, it's going to be interesting to see what Amazon does with it. But I don't know. Time will tell. I know I was reading a Google article where they were throwing out scenarios like what ifs. And one came up where they were like, what if we brought back Pierce Brosnan to play an older version of Bond? And I thought, you know what? Pierce never really got his...
You're right. I remember hearing that
his send-off.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really want to go too much into this because I have a lot of Pierce that I wanted to
talk about.
Yeah.
Right.
But I will say that I would have loved... If that would have transpired, I probably would have been first in line to see that. Just because... Sure. He didn't get this proper send off,
right?
But,
and we'll get into more of this too as well. But I heard that Sean Connery wanted to do that with Never Say Never Again, which we will be getting into, but it's not an official MGM. We will be getting into that, but he wanted to play it as the older Bond, as a elder Bond, and explore that, what his life is like now as an older Bond compared to when he was in his 30s.
If they would have just been a little more flexible with that, it could have just...
But the studios were so scared. They were like, no, we don't want to do that. Just put the hairpiece on him, freaking... Put a sweatsuit on him so he looks like he's friggin' so old. And
I'm actually looking forward to the Never Say Never Again. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm looking forward to that one because, but no, I like to say that would have been great. I would have loved to see the old man Bond.
Yeah,
I mean, in a way, he kind of was, but he didn't play it like it. But
that would have been but Pierce, that would have been great if they could have done that.
Because that's the way Pierce is. We've discussed a couple of episodes ago on natural aging. He's aging fantastically,
right? Well, and it's like you've done everything with this character as a 30-year-old character. Yeah. You've done everything.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's like at 60 or 50.
Yeah.
Let's see how he's dealing with the last 20 years of killing people, and is he taking it good, bad?
Right. Have that one person from his past.
Or is he retired? The classic. You got to come back for one more mission.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, I would love to see one of his old rivals come back and haunt, for lack of a better word, his everyday life that he's living now.
Isn't Michael Biehn still acting?
Yeah.
Or isn't that the guy's Bean, right?
I think
Sean Bean. Sean Bean, not Michael. Yeah, Sean Bean, yeah. I mean, somehow write him back into the thing.
Right.
Have them two go back head to head like in GoldenEye.
Yeah.
I mean, you could there's a lot of smarter things to do than just do another. Let's just get another Bond and do it right over again. Okay, he's 30-year-old. He's even more.
Hope he saves the world again.
Yeah, he's more action packed now. He's even stronger and faster.
He's in your face, wiggity wag. I want to come up with a snappy name, something like Poochie, but not so stupid. Does Poochie work for everybody? Yeah,
Poochie good. All right.
But no, I agree. I'm with you there. That would be, but that's why we're not Hollywood executives.
I guess not. That's why we don't make the big bucks.
Yeah, we're just a podcast that doesn't even have a name yet. So, but so no, I think I'm like I said, I'm really excited to continue this series of our favorite Bonds because I figure since we have such a history of you longer than I of watching Bond. I mean, the first Bond movie I saw that I really remember was I went to License to Kill. Yeah, License to Kill in the theater. I mean, I remember watching a couple Roger Moores because my dad or uncle or somebody, they were on at the house. I had no real recollection because as a kid, I'm like, ugh, I didn't want to watch those kind of movies. But I remember rewatching it It's the one where they're fighting on the gondola.
Yeah,
Is that
that's Moonraker.
Moonraker? Thank you. Yes, that I remember that scene. And when I watched it again as a 20-something, I'm like, wait a minute, kind of that deja vu. I remember seeing this somewhere, and then that's when it kind of like opened up the floodgates of memory and
Right.
the beatings and everything. Oh, wait, no, sorry, that's
Something else.
so all this traumatic experience comes flooding back, and I've been going to therapy ever since. But no, I'm just kidding. And I hate to joke about people in therapy, but that's just how I
Yeah.
am, so.
But well, yeah, we'll get further into these Bond movies and see which one we can come out with at the very end. But yeah, this is a good way to kind of discuss it. And yeah, I've been watching these Bond movies for a few minutes, and like we're kind of definitely we'll get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, and we're gonna probably, like I say, we're there as far as these go. We will do them, but they may not come out chronologically. I know we figured it would be. The timing of this is almost too perfect with it being Thanksgiving, and I know you're probably right smack dab in the middle of your Bond marathon right now, but, hey, we're going to, like I said, with this short form, everything's on the table. So,
That's correct.
if you there's something you were curious that we might have an opinion on, you can email us at arnoldorstallone@gmail.com. And, of course, we are still on the internet at the arnoldorstallonepodcast.com, and we are still doing Arnold or Stallone podcasts. We have an exciting announcement with that coming up, but we'll wait to when that next episode comes out. But yeah, like I say, I want to thank everyone for spending some time with us, and we'll talk to you on the next one.
Thank you.